Larry had never believed in God, not since his wife, Rebecca, lost her battle with cancer. She had been his heart, his partner in everything, and when she was gone, all that remained was the crushing weight of grief and responsibility. He had 3 daughters, Desiree, 16, Ashley, 12, and little Haley, who was turning 10 today. They were his entire world, the only reason he kept going, even when life felt unbearable. For Haley's birthday, all she wanted was a simple trip to the movies. Larry had promised her they'd go, even though money was tight. He knew he couldn't give his daughters the life they deserved, but he could at least give them this. As they walked toward the theater, laughter filled the air, a rare moment of peace among their usual struggles. They passed a dark alley, and in a single heartbeat, everything changed. 2 men lurked in the shadows, waiting. Before Larry could react, one of them lunged forward, grabbing Haley. She let out a piercing scream as the man yanked her back into the alley. Larry's heart stopped. No, please, give her back. He rushed forward, desperation fueling his every move, but the other man shoved him hard, sending him stumbling to the ground. Haley was crying, kicking, reaching for him. Daddy! Larry scrambled to his feet, but it was too late. The men disappeared into the darkness with his little girl. His world shattered. He fell to his knees, gasping for air as his chest tightened with sheer panic. His mind raced, trying to process what had just happened. One moment, they were on their way to the movies, and the next, his baby girl was gone, snatched away into the darkness. His hands shook as he pushed himself off the ground, his heart hammering as he ran toward the alley. Haley, he shouted, his voice raw with desperation. He could still hear her muffled cries, but they were fading. He sprinted after the sound, ignoring the pain in his ribs from where the man had shoved him. But the alley was empty, no trace of them, just silence. Desiree and Ashley stood frozen at the entrance, their faces pale with shock. Ashley was trembling, barely able to speak. Dad, what do we do? Larry fumbled for his phone, hands shaking so badly he nearly dropped it. He punched in 911, his voice cracking as soon as the dispatcher answered. They took my daughter. 2 men, dark alley by the movie theater, they took her. The dispatcher remained calm, asking for details. Larry gave everything he could through ragged breaths, his pulse thundering in his ears. Please, you have to find her, he begged. Officers are en route, the dispatcher assured him. Stay where you are. Stay where he was. How could he? His little girl was out there, alone and terrified. He clenched his fists, every fiber of his being telling him to run, to search, to do something. Minutes passed like hours, and the police arrived. They asked questions, took descriptions, and immediately began their search, but Larry could see it in their eyes, they didn't have much to go on. The men had disappeared too quickly. He felt helpless, useless. He had lost Rebecca, and now God had taken his daughter. His anger burned, red hot and unrelenting. He had never believed in God, not since Rebecca died. And now he hated him. Desiree sat beside him on the curb, silent tears streaming down her face. She reached for his hand, her voice barely above a whisper. Dad, we need to pray. Larry snapped his head toward her, his face twisting in pain and fury. No, he spat. Praying won't bring Haley back. But we have nothing else, she pleaded. Maybe God is the only one who can help. Larry turned away, his eyes wet with unshed tears. He wanted to scream, to rage, to demand answers. If there was a God, why did he keep taking everything from him? But as the night stretched on with no sign of Haley, something in him cracked. He had always relied on himself, always believed he had to be the strong one. But now, he was empty. With a shaky breath, he closed his eyes. He didn't know how to pray. He didn't even know if he believed. But he had nothing left. God, if you're real, if you can hear me, bring my daughter back. At that moment, his phone rang. His heart stopped. He fumbled to answer. Mr. Carter, the officer on the other end said. We found her. Larry's breath caught. Where? Is she okay? She's scared but unharmed. A witness saw 2 men dragging a little girl into an abandoned building and called it in. We got there just in time. Larry felt his legs give out beneath him, relief crashing over him like a flood. At the station, Haley ran into his arms, sobbing. Daddy, I was so scared. He held her tightly, pressing kisses against her hair. I've got you, baby. I've got you. As he looked at his daughters, something shifted inside him. Maybe he didn't fully understand God. Maybe he never would. But tonight, when he had nothing left to hold on to, someone, had answered. Tears blurred his vision as he whispered, Thank you, God.